Hey everyone, Mark the Movie Man here, and yes, I am weighing in. I was debating on it, but decided to give my thoughts on Independence Day Resurgence, brought to us once again by director Roland Emmerich, who gave us the classic ID4 from 20 years ago. Well, I should say classic. Anyway, here we get the continuing story of the human race who's picked up the pieces after the first alien attack and has actually incorporated the alien technology within their society, which has helped them progress by leaps and bounds, and they're all preparing for the next attack. Well, when it does come, they find out they're actually very prepared, and they are fighting for the life of the human race. They do get a little bit of outside help, but also a little bit of luck as the old school and the new school work together to try to defeat the new alien menace that has come to the planet with a familiar face. Independence Resurgence. I had a blast with this film, ladies and gentlemen, and I am not afraid to admit it, and I understand many people thought it was boring. Many people thought it was overacted. So many people thought it was cheesy. But we look at this original, I think my kid put the term best, through rose-colored nostalgia. Let's face it, ID4, if you look at some of the acting in here and some of those scenes in here, they're over the top. They're cheesy. Hell, Whitmore's speech, wow, while it's a great speech, is also an over-the-top cheese speech. Okay, so you get over-the-top acting in Resurgence. You get cheese in Resurgence, and I loved that. Now, there isn't quite as much character development for the new characters that many might want to see, but for a film like this, especially within the middle, you don't... Do you really need that? Well, many people are looking for that, and but for me, I wasn't expecting anything, and I came out smiling from ear to ear because I had a blast. This is not a smart film. This is a dumb, cheesy popcorn film that's meant you to just sit back and escape for a couple hours, you know, and I did, and I loved it. It's got that spirit of Starship Troopers, which I loved, which many people hate, so I can understand why many people may have hate IDR, excuse me, but for me, I loved it. I enjoyed how they incorporated the old cast, brought many as they could back. You know, Jeff Goldblum is in full swing as his David Levison character, and you get to see Bill Pullman back, and I love they do this angle with people who have been in contact with the aliens. They play an angle there, which I really thought was fascinating. There's a really interesting storyline in here that we get a taste of what happened in, I believe it was South Africa. Oh, I loved that story. That was really interesting to see how that happened and what happened after the fallout of the first one. And so really enjoyed that scene quite a bit. Enjoyed the performances of the new characters as well, though we don't get a lot of development in there. Liam Hemsworth is the wisecracking rebel soldier, if you will. We get the character in here who is the Jesse T. Usher playing the kid of Will Smith's character, and I like how they kind of wrote him out of there as well. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can buy it. You know, and really, this is meant to be just that cheesy old school sci-fi fun, and I had a lot of fun with this. I thought it clipped along nicely, never found it boring. Loved the special effects in here, and the characters, some of the side characters that came up as well. Liked the story that they did with the aliens and the reason they were there. The end chase that involves, you've seen that in the trailer with the big alien, that was really exciting for me, and I had a blast with that. Really, I had fun. Okay, and I know many people didn't, and I understand, but film is subjective, ladies and gentlemen, and I can understand, and I can see the weaknesses, but that I could look over because, for me, I was taken back to an early day of cheesy sci-fi that wasn't based off of comic books, that didn't take itself too seriously. If you think IDR is taking itself too seriously, then you missed it, I think. Because this film, not once is it actually taking itself seriously. It knows what type of film it's making. It's having fun doing it. And yeah, if that's not evident enough, check out those small clips that they had on YouTube to help promote it. This is one of those films that I know has divided a lot of people, but I had a blast, and I know some people out there didn't, and many of you didn't, and I can understand that. But remember, film is subjective, so I'll not get on my soapbox too much longer. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments down below. I'm sure many will tell me I'm full of shit, and that's fine. I completely understand. Please hit subscribe so you can hear my other reviews where I'm full of shit. I appreciate every single one of you, and until next time, keep that ticket stub.